Today I'm going to show you exactly what it's like to drive the all-new Ford Bronco from a first-person point of view. It's been 25 years since the last generation of the Bronco. They've finally brought it back, and it's better than ever before. The base model Bronco starts at just under $30,000, comes with a 2.3-liter turbocharged four-cylinder, making 300 horsepower. Now that base engine can actually be paired with a 7-speed manual transmission. This is the first edition, the top of the line trim level for the Bronco. This as spec is $59,000. The first edition Ford Bronco has a larger motor, 2.7-liter twin turbocharged V6, making 330 horsepower and 400 pound-feet of torque. That's mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission. But the real magic is in the suspension and the off-road capability. So this comes standard with the Sasquatch package, which is actually an option for every other trim level other than the Wild Track and the first edition. The Sasquatch package gives you these gorgeous 17-inch wheels with massive 35-inch tires from the factory. We've also got these huge flared fenders to give you extra space for the suspension to travel. We've got an electronic front and rear locking differential for the cars with the Sasquatch package. Now, this can come in both a 2-door or a 4-door, but enough talking about the Bronco. Let's actually drive this thing. Hopping on the interior. Now, it's not luxurious in here, but it's rugged, it's purpose-built, and I actually like the way the design language is. Check out this awesome graphic that appears, these rocks skittling along on the ground, and then they form a Bronco every time you start up the vehicle. I think that's awesome. Start-stop button right there. Now, if you haven't seen my full review of the Bronco yet, I go over a lot more details of the interior, exterior, and it's a more holistic review. This is more about the driving experience, but I'll do some highlights for you. 12-inch display that's touchscreen, works really well. I love the fact that it can also be used as a front view camera, which is super helpful for off-roading. We've got both an analog speedo, but then a digital instrument cluster for the rest of your information there. Now, down here is where the real magic is. GOAT modes, which doesn't stand for greatest of all time or GOAT the animal. It stands for goes over any type of terrain. So we can turn the GOAT mode dial to switch between 8 different driving modes. So rock crawl, Baja, sand, etc., etc. Let's go back to rock crawl. Now, the other thing you can do is press on the GOAT modes. We are in 4 low right now, which I'm going to use to summit this crazy cement cliff thing. So we are in 4 low. Now, the next step are these buttons right here. There are a slew of buttons that are rubberized, feel great to the touch. What do? Farthest to the left, this is called Staw Disconnect, which disconnects the stability bar in the front of the vehicle, allowing for more wheel actuation so you can get over larger obstacles and around bigger things. This is the front locking differential. This is the rear locking differential. Then this is called Trail Turn Assist, which I will demonstrate. This actually applies the brakes to the inside tire to allow me to rotate literally on a dime. I mean, the turning radius, I'm basically doing a 360, and you can see if I roll down the windows, it's dragging that one tire and forming the tiniest little circle. Now, speaking of the windows, because these doors are removable, yes, that's right, you can remove the doors as well as the roof. It's super easy to do. They've located the window switches and the mirror controls right down here. The great part about this vehicle is when you remove the doors, the mirrors don't come with it. That's something that's not true about the Wrangler. All right, so now that we've done that, stop bar disconnect, front and rear differential locks, and let's climb this crazy mountain, shall we? Now, a differential typically allows the left wheel and the right wheel to spin at different speeds. If you're going around a curve, the outside wheel has to travel a farther distance than the inside wheel, so it's convenient for turning and handling to have those varying speeds. But for off-roading, if you get stuck, it's not an ideal situation. Everyone's seen it, a truck stuck in the snow, where one wheel isn't moving at all and the other one's spinning at 50 miles an hour. This prevents that entirely in the front and the rear. Now, I love the fact that it has this 12-inch display right here. You can see rocks ahead of me. That is freaking cool. All right, let's go ahead and summit this. Oh boy. Taking it nice and slow. This is a very, very steep hill. Woo! Now, I am by no means a professional at off-roading, but this vehicle makes you feel like one and then some. The stuff you can accomplish behind the wheel of the Bronco because of all of the different modes it has, the locking differentials, the stability bar release, it makes you feel like a pro every second behind the wheel. It's honestly so impressive. All right, let's do some higher speed stuff now. So we've put it into 4 high right now. Let's actually unlock that differential, turn traction control all the way off. I'm at Gorman right now. There are some really, really cool obstacles to choose from out here on this off-road park. But honestly, with that independent front suspension, the Bilstein shocks, the capabilities of this vehicle, both on and off-road, are truly impressive. But the biggest, advantage over something like a Wrangler is actually its on-road ability, which I'll talk about later on in this video. But man, loving the front camera. This thing handles so well over all these bumps and twists and turns. The fact that you can buy this straight from the factory and it does this well off-roading is unbelievably impressive. Good job, Ford, on the new Bronco. Now, you don't have to go for the first edition, but I definitely recommend buying the Sasquatch package. You really don't want a Bronco without it, especially those big tires and the suspension work. It just really completes the package, and it also looks really, really cool. If looking cool is your thing. This area is called the Frame Twister. Woo! Now, some other cool features for you. Check this out. Up here is actually an accessory rail that you plug in. You can buy something from Ford, so you can attach a GoPro in the front as well as your phone, and then there's a little USB port right here, so you can actually charge it at the same time, so it basically has infinite battery life. I love that. There's also wireless charging down here, as well as USB and USB-C. If you watched my normal review, then you'll be able to see that there is plenty of headroom and legroom in the back, which is honestly really impressive. I didn't expect that. Now, hopefully, this Jeep Wrangler up there doesn't run over my tripod. I guess we will find out. The competition! Let's have a battle royale. Who can climb crazier stuff? This, though, I'm not going to summit this because I think I would damage the Bronco since I'm not as highly skilled as I'd like to be, but there's some crazy stuff here. All right, now that we're at the top of this crest and I can't see anything over the front hood, it's super convenient that I have this display. Since it's a sharp downhill, I'm going to go ahead and shift it back into 4 low. So go into neutral first, click on 4 low. I'm going to click all my favorite buttons again. Let's hit it. There are some big whoops in this section. I don't know if you're even going to be able to see it, maybe through the screen, but it is deep. And the ground clearance this thing has is unbelievable that it can accomplish this so easily. Whoop, and we're going to the other side. Oh my gosh. Whoa. Whoa! And there we go. Look at that, rear wheel drive mode, traction off. The Bronco does donuts. Let's go. That is awesome. Oh, I love it. The reality is the vast majority of people who buy a Bronco will never actually take it off-road, which is sad because it's so capable off-roading. But that means the on-road performance is a very, very key element to the Bronco. And I'm pleased to report that it drives significantly better than a Jeep Wrangler. When you're in a Wrangler, particularly if you upgrade the tires to 35s or 37s, this comes with 35s with the Sasquatch package straight from the factory, the Wrangler tends to kind of veer all over. It's hard to track straight, particularly at higher speeds. It's got so much slop in the steering wheel, it's kind of a pain in the butt when you're just driving it around town. And also doesn't ride all that comfortably as well. Well, the Bronco, with its independent front suspension, Bilstein shocks, and 35-inch tires, tracks perfectly straight. It drives more like a normal SUV than an off-road vehicle. It doesn't have any slop in the steering wheel. And honestly, it's really comfortable when you're just driving it down the freeway. Obviously, this is pretty bumpy and ruddy, but even still, it's doing a great job at soaking all of this up. No problem whatsoever. Now, I will say, at higher speeds, because of the removable top, if you are on the freeway at 60 or 70 miles an hour, you do get a decent amount of wind noise, like a significant amount. It's not quite as bad as the Wranglers, but it is pretty loud. So if you do have to commute a ton on the freeway, just be fair warned that is a factor when you are driving it. Now we've got a slew of auxiliary buttons right here that come pre-wired. So if you want to hook up a light bar or a winch, something like that, you can hook them up to these and then activate them very, very easily. Wow, this looks like extremely intimidating, and I don't really know what's at the top of it. Holy mo... I don't know if I should try that or not. All right, we're gonna scout what's on the other side of that real quick, and then we'll make a intelligent decision whether that's smart or not. Holy crap, that last bit is insanely steep. All right, wow. I mean, this is no joke either. Camera coming in clutch again. What happens on the other side? I don't know. Oh my God. All right, so it goes straight down the other side, which I can't really tell what that looks like. All right, so it is safe. It is doable. Man, should we do it? I don't know. I'm a little nervous. I think we got to send it though. All right, guys. Well, to end this review, I'm going to do the sketchiest hill climb I've ever done in my entire life. So wish me luck here. Smash that subscribe button if you haven't already. Turn that notification bell on. And hopefully I live. Holy crap. Look how freaking steep this is. Are you serious? I think it might be too narrow. All right. I am definitely not trying that because I'm not trying to scratch the sides of the Bronco, but damn, that looks intense. We'll go up a little farther and see. Holy crap. All right, what happens? Advanced track off. Damn, can I not make it? Well, guys, I'm trying to go forward, but I think the Bronco has met its match. I don't know what type of vehicle can climb up that, but man, if the Bronco can't do it, that is really intense.